Here are the 60 questions for the US CDL Air Brakes test. What is the primary purpose of the air compressor governor? The correct answer is to control when the air compressor pumps air into the storage tanks. At what pressure does the air compressor governor typically cut out? The correct answer is 125 psi. At what pressure should the air compressor governor cut in? The correct answer is 100 psi. What is the purpose of the alcohol evaporator? The correct answer is to reduce the risk of ice in air brake valves in cold weather. You should brake hard and fast on a long, steep downgrade to keep the brakes from overheating. The correct answer is false. How often should you drain manual air tanks? The correct answer is at the end of each working day. What does the safety valve in the air brake system do? The correct answer is protects the tank and the rest of the system from too much pressure. At what pressure is the safety valve usually set to open? The correct answer is 150 psi. What is the most common type of foundation brake used on heavy vehicles? The correct answer is S-cam drum brakes. What does the supply pressure gauge indicate? The correct answer is how much pressure is in the air tanks. The air pressure gauge shows the pressure in the brake lines when the brakes are applied. The correct answer is false. Please visit 2exams.com for more CDL tests. What does the application pressure gauge show? The correct answer is how much air pressure you are applying to the brakes. At what pressure must the low air pressure warning signal come on? The correct answer is 60 psi or higher. What type of warning signal is most common for low air pressure? The correct answer is a red light and a buzzer. What are spring brakes used for? The correct answer is both emergency and parking braking. At what air pressure will the spring brakes automatically apply on most vehicles? The correct answer is 20 to 45 psi. Why must you never push the brake pedal down when the spring brakes are on? The correct answer is the brakes could be damaged by the combined forces. What is the purpose of a dual air brake system? The correct answer is to provide a primary and secondary braking system for safety. Before driving a vehicle with a dual air system, allow time for the air compressor to build up a minimum of what pressure in both systems. The correct answer is 100 psi. To check the slack adjusters on S-cam brakes, you should park on level ground, chock the wheels, and release the parking brakes. How far should the push rod move when pulled by hand? The correct answer is, not more than 1 inch. What is the maximum acceptable air loss rate for a straight truck or bus with the engine off and the brakes applied? The correct answer is 3 psi per minute. What is the maximum acceptable air loss rate for a combination vehicle with the engine off and the brakes applied? The correct answer is 4 psi per minute. What is the maximum static air loss rate for a straight truck, brakes not applied? The correct answer is 2 psi per minute. What is the maximum static air loss rate for a combination vehicle, brakes not applied? The correct answer is 3 psi per minute. How do you test the low pressure warning signal? The correct answer is, shut the engine off, turn electrical power on, and pump the brake pedal to reduce pressure. How do you check that the spring brakes come on automatically? The correct answer is, step on and off the brake pedal to reduce tank pressure until the parking brake valve pops out. What is the proper way to check the air compressor buildup rate? The correct answer is, with the engine at operating RPM, pressure should build from 85 to 100 psi within 45 seconds. What is brake fade? The correct answer is, the loss of braking power due to excessive heat. What is the primary cause of brake fade on long downgrades? The correct answer is, relying solely on the brakes instead of engine braking. What is the proper braking technique for a long, steep downgrade? The correct answer is, apply the brakes to reduce speed 5 miles per hour below your safe speed, release, and repeat. Total stopping distance for air brakes is made up of perception distance, reaction distance, braking distance, and what else? The correct answer is brake lag distance. What is brake lag distance? The correct answer is the distance traveled while the air travels through the lines to the brakes. At 55 miles per hour on dry pavement, the air brake lag distance adds about how many feet to your stopping distance? The correct answer is 32 feet. How do you know if your vehicle is equipped with anti-lock brakes, ABS? The correct answer is a yellow ABS malfunction lamp on the instrument panel. What does ABS do? The correct answer is, helps you maintain steering control during hard braking. How should you brake in an emergency if your vehicle has ABS? The correct answer is, brake normally as you always have. What happens if the ABS fails? The correct answer is, you still have normal brake functions. What is the modulating control valve? The correct answer is, a handle on the dash used to apply the spring brakes gradually. What is a dual parking control valve? The correct answer is, a valve with a separate air tank that can be used to release the spring brakes to move a short distance. Why should you not use the parking brakes when the brakes are very hot? The correct answer is, the heat can cause the brake drums to warp or crack. ABS brakes shorten your stopping distance on all surfaces. The correct answer is, false. If you are away from your vehicle for a short time, you do not need to use the parking brake. The correct answer is, false. Always use the parking brake when leaving the vehicle. When is it acceptable to leave your vehicle unattended without applying the parking brakes or chalking the wheels? The correct answer is, never. What force holds the spring brakes in the released position during normal driving? The correct answer is, air pressure. Which of the following makes the total stopping distance longer for air brakes than hydraulic brakes? The correct answer is, brake lag time. If the low air pressure warning comes on while driving, what should you do? The correct answer is, stop and safely park the vehicle as soon as possible. What is the purpose of the front brake limiting valve in older vehicles? The correct answer is, to reduce the chance of the front wheels skidding on slippery surfaces. You must drain the air tanks at the end of every working day to prevent moisture and oil buildup. The correct answer is, true. A dual air brake system has two separate air brake systems that use a single set of brake controls. The correct answer is, true. The brake pedal in an air brake system is also called the The correct answer is, treadle valve. What part of the drum brake physically pushes the brake shoes against the lining? The correct answer is, the S-cam. When testing the service brakes, you should pull forward at about 5 miles per hour and push the brake pedal firmly. What are you looking for? The correct answer is, all of the above. Spring brakes are held back by air pressure, so if air pressure is lost, the spring brakes will apply. The correct answer is, true. What does the tractor protection valve do? The correct answer is, closes to protect the tractor's air supply if the trailer breaks away. When must you use wheel chocks? The correct answer is, when the brakes are very hot or wet in freezing temperatures. What is the function of the brake chamber? The correct answer is, to convert air pressure into mechanical force to move the slack adjuster. When driving a vehicle with a dual air system, it is safe to drive if the pressure is at 60 psi in the primary system. The correct answer is, false. Brake lag is the time it takes for the driver to react to a hazard. The correct answer is, false.